station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. Affirms government's commitment to dialogue amid planned Oasis Forum demonstration. 7 nabbed in Nyimba for illegal entry and aiding foreign nationals. And Ukraine's allies voice concerns over U.S. plan to end war. This bulletin is live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia, and our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa has reaffirmed that President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND administration remain a listening government committed to dialogue and peaceful engagement. Mr. Mwetwa's remarks follow concerns raised by Archbishop Ignatius Chama of the Kasama Archdiocese peaceful demonstrations organized by the Oasis Forum and 28 November 2025. Speaking during a media engagement, Mr. Mwetwa emphasized that the government appreciates the critical role the church plays not only in the spiritual development of citizens but also in the national governance. He stated that the UPND government recognizes the church as an integral partner in the governance of the country. And Mr. Mwetwa reiterated that the current administration operates under an open door policy, believing in peaceful avenues for addressing national issues rather than encouraging citizens to take to the streets. He acknowledged that peaceful assembly is a human right enshrined in the Constitution of Zambia, but stressed that such rights are not without limits, as some individuals may exploit public processions to disrupt peace and order.
At all times be in one accord with the people who elected this government. The government has taken note of a number of concerns and or statements that have been issued by some sections of our society, including and particular of consequence from the church leadership. Not too long ago, a statement attributable to the
Meanwhile, the Zambia Police Service says it has taken note of remarks attributed to Archbishop Ignatius Chama of the Kasama Archdiocese regarding the planned peaceful demonstrations organized by the Oasis Forum and scheduled for 28 November 2025. In a statement, Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi said the service remains committed to upholding the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia, including the fundamental rights and freedoms it guarantees. He noted that among these freedoms are the rights to peaceful assembly, association, and expression, rights the Archbishop highlighted in his remarks. Mr. Chilabi emphasized, however, that these rights must be exercised within the confines of the law and in full compliance with the Public Order Act, Chapter 113 of the Laws of Zambia, as well as other relevant legislation. He welcomed Archbishop Chama's call for peace, order, and non-violence, noting that his appeal for citizens, especially people of faith, to act with integrity, responsibility, and respect for the law aligns with the core values of the Zambia Police Service. Mr. Chilabi further stressed that any public gathering, including peaceful demonstrations, must be duly notified to the police in accordance with the Public Order Act to allow for appropriate security arrangements. He added that no gathering will be permitted to proceed in a manner that threatens public safety, obstructs essential services, or endangers members of the public. Lawful instructions issued by the police during such events must also be followed to prevent any escalation that could lead to disorder or harm. The Nyimba Immigration Office has apprehended 5 Pakistan nationals and 2 Zambian citizens for immigration-related offences during a targeted operation conducted in the early hours of Thursday, 20th November 2025. In a statement, Immigration Department Chief Public Relations Officer Namati Shinka said the suspects were intercepted at the Kacholola checkpoint while traveling in a grey Toyota Land Cruiser, registration number BAJ 076, en route from Malawi to Zambia. Mr. Nshinka said that although all 5 Pakistan nationals possessed valid passports, none of the documents carried Zambian entry endorsement stamps. This confirmed that the individuals did not present themselves to an immigration officer upon entry, as required by law. He further revealed that an inspection of the vehicle uncovered an additional concealed number plate, ALB 9254, raising suspicions about the legality of the vehicle's movements and the intentions of its occupants. The 2 Zambian nationals, identified as Faxon Piri, 27, and Eliud Siame, 46, were arrested for aiding and abetting the illegal entry of the foreign nationals into the country. All 7 suspects have been detained in Chipata pending prosecution, while the vehicle has been impounded to facilitate ongoing investigations.
20th November 2025 apprehended 5 Pakistani nationals for failure to appear before the nearest immigration officer on entry, and 2 Zambian nationals, Faxon Piri 27 and Eliud Siame 46, for aiding and abetting the illegal entry of the foreign nationals into Zambia. The apprehensions were effected at Kacholola checkpoint during a targeted operation. The suspects were intercepted while traveling in a grey Toyota Cruiser, registration number BAJ 8076, en route from Malawi to Lusaka. Though all 5 Pakistani nationals held valid passports, an examination revealed that none of the passports bore the required Zambian entry endorsement stamps, confirming that they did not present themselves to an immigration officer upon entry as required by law. Further, an inspection of the vehicle led to the discovery of an additional concealed number plate, ALB 9254.
United Party for National Development (UPND) National Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso has urged party youths to refrain from engaging in political violence. Speaking during an engagement with party youths in Kitwe, Mr. Liswaniso emphasized that the real challenge facing the country is not opposing political parties, but the ongoing load shedding affecting communities nationwide. He further cautioned party members against forming inner groups and cliques, warning that such divisions have the potential to weaken and destroy the party from within. Mr. Liswaniso encouraged the youth to remain focused on supporting government efforts aimed at improving the welfare of Zambians, urging them to promote unity and discipline within the party.
Niona mpango za kwera, niona kajakaribeni kama 2021 kana chitike, niona mungaononge chipani chikareta ndeo. Zambian people don't want violence. Zambian people don't want catharism. One thing we need to appreciate is Takara Muno. From 2021 Fikarero, we have never beaten anybody. And the people of Zambia are happy with that. Zambia. Mu province yako papeo, pitira kumayusi watu. What happened kuchingola? It was a wake-up call police etose mayusi ba UPND. Chinangu chama ni nyama na tena provincial chama.
Golden Party of Zambia GPZ President Jackson Silavwe has commended the Zambia Police Service for arresting 7 UPND cadres in Kabwe who allegedly assaulted Patriotic Front Vice President Honorable Given Lubinda and his team. Mr. Silavwe said the arrest should lead to successful prosecutions, noting that the alleged offenses were committed in broad daylight and must not rather go unpunished. He added that possible jail time for the offenders would send a strong and clear message to both ruling and opposition party cadres who habitually break the law with impunity. Mr. Silavwe further emphasized the need to reset how citizens relate to one another across political party lines, stressing the importance of upholding the national motto, One Zambia, One Nation, regardless of different political views. The Zambia Flying Doctors Service ZFDs have collaborated with Ndola Lions Club International to advance access to essential eye clinic services in rural communities. The engagement held at James Lawless Aeromed Hospital in Northrise marks an important step towards strengthening partnerships that support improved healthcare delivery across the country. During the meeting, ZFD's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. George Nguni, emphasized the need for broader areas of collaboration beyond eye care, noting that strategic partnerships are key to expanding services to undeserved populations. He highlighted that rather to underserved populations. He highlighted that working together will enable both institutions to extend their reach and impact, particularly in remote and hard to reach areas. As part of the collaboration, Ndola Lions Club International donated 290 medical supplies to the Zambia Flying Doctor Service. The donation was presented by Lions Club President Sedna, who reaffirmed the organization's commitment to supporting efforts that promote eye health and community well-being. Ndola Lions Club International expressed pride in supporting ZFDs through the donation of essential medical supplies aimed at enhancing eye care services. The organization commended the Zambia Flying Doctors Service for its dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to serving people in the most remote parts of the country. And in other news trending this evening, the Zambia Revenue Authority has honored and awarded taxpayers for their compliance in remitting taxes during this year's Taxpayers Appreciation Day held under the theme Empowering Zambia Together, Celebrating Compliance and Building Prosperity. The government has announced that the 600 megawatt thermal power plant under construction in Sinazongwe, Southern Province, is progressing satisfactorily, with major works currently underway. And now in foreign news, Ukraine's allies have voiced concerns over a U.S. plan to end the Russia-Ukraine war, saying draft proposals are a basis which will require additional work. In a joint statement at the G20 summit in South Africa, they said the plan includes important elements that will be essential for a just and lasting peace, but cited concerns over borders and limitations on Ukraine's armed forces. It comes a day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned Kyiv faced one of the most difficult moments in their history over pressure to accept the plan, details of which have been seen as favorable to Moscow. US President Donald Trump has given Ukraine until 27 December to accept the 28-point plan, while Russia's President Vladimir Putin said it could be the basis for a statement or settlement. And in sports news, MFZ Eagles Marathon has continued to attract goodwill and support ahead of the highly anticipated run slated for 7 December 2025 in Lusaka, with Fair Choice Finance Limited pledging hydration support to be supplemented with assorted fruits for participants. Fair Choice Finance Limited Chief Executive Officer Mr. Kesho Chilumba unveiled the support when he and some members of his management team met the Eagles Ladies Club patron, Mrs. Angela Solochi, and some members of her club's National Executive Committee in Lusaka yesterday. In his remarks, the CEO indicated the contribution is meant to render encouragement to the ladies' club's efforts of fundraising for the construction of Tom Farrow Mini Hospital in Pika district of Muchinga province. and Eagles Ladies Club patron has expressed deep appreciation for the support, noting that the gesture from Fair Choice Finance was a clear demonstration of shared values and belief in community transformation. Mrs. Solochi asserted that when organizations work together with a shared purpose, impactful, lasting positive change becomes inevitable. The event has so far attracted over 3,000 participants who have signed up for the run, with many others pledging to join the run. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, and Eastern provinces, including the eastern parts of Central Province and the northern parts of Northwestern and Copperbelt provinces, mainly cloudy, slightly windy, and warm to mild with isolated rain and occasional thunder. Western, Southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the western parts of Central Province and the southern parts of Northwestern and Copperbelt provinces, mainly clear and warm to mild. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwetwa has reaffirmed that President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND administration remain a listening government committed to dialogue and peaceful engagement. The Nyimba Immigration Office has apprehended 5 Pakistan nationals and 2 Zambian citizens for immigration-related offences during a targeted operation conducted in the early hours of Thursday, 20th November 2025. And finally, Ukraine's allies have voiced concerns over a U.S. plan to end the Russia-Ukraine war, saying draft proposals are a basis which will require additional work. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening as well as the rest of the weekend.